Thank you for using Engines of Mischief. This video is the first in a three-part series intended to help instructors understand the game, and especially to become familiar with the accounting that students must do in the marketplace section of the game. More information about the game and about the accounting can be found in the instructor's manual on the Reacting to the Past Consortium website. Keep in mind the overall theme of the game. It explores the difficult and complex transition to a fundamentally new economy and way of life in the early Industrial Revolution. Students who play characters from different professions and social classes must make choices for how to live and prosper in this new economy. Those players who succeed in the game are the ones who best adjust to the new economy of Britain in 1817 and 1818. They can do this in two ways, by improving their lives as individuals and by advancing the good of others. In other words, doing what is the best for their social class and for everyone in Britain. Success is measured by status points, which are gained by improving lifestyle and position in a class hierarchy and earning a reputation for helping a social class and the nation. Unlike some Reacting to the Past games, there are two equally important parts of Engines of Mischief: Town Hall and Marketplace. Players work to improve their status in both parts. Town Hall is where players get laws passed that impact all of Manchester. Marketplace is where players conduct business and make money for themselves as individuals, but they also take collective action as part of a group. Town Hall is very much like many Reacting to the Past games. Players are trying to get laws passed that help them. There is a student player in charge of the proceedings. In this case, it's Viscount Melbourne. Speeches are given, debates are conducted, there are proposals for laws, faction breaks are taken for players to discuss those proposals, and in the end there's a vote. Only in Engines of Mischief, the only people who can vote are the aristocrats. This reflects the political system of Britain at the time. In Marketplace, individual economic transactions take place. Players change jobs, they improve their businesses, they might open factories, they invest. Group actions also take place. This includes collective action, for example, perhaps a Luddite raid, a labor union being formed, or a strike. Merchants sometimes create business agreements where they all agree to set wages and working conditions at the same level. Political clubs can be formed by any faction or any group or any social class. In both Marketplace and Town Hall, players must try to raise their status in the social hierarchy that characterized the Regency period in Britain. To model the social hierarchy in the game, there are three classes: the upper, middle, and working classes. But there are three levels within each class, determined by the weekly income that a player earns. Players have to try to rise up in this hierarchy and end the game in a higher social class than they began. This means they must make money and live a better lifestyle. This reflects the fact that social climbing was very important in this period, as the cartoon on the right indicates. Social climbing did involve getting more money, living a better lifestyle, moving up to a higher social class. But social climbing was not just related to economics and income. It also involved earning respect, reputation, and fame. This can be done in both Town Hall and Marketplace by making strong arguments for the good of the nation if the ideas of a social class are implemented by law, or by taking collective action to help a social class and its philosophical ideas. Some status points are gained or lost for changes to a player's income, lifestyle, and class position in Marketplace. These are calculated and tracked by players on two worksheets. Other status points are gained for actions that bring fame, reputation, respect. This can happen in Marketplace or Town Hall. These status points can be given by the game master or by other players. So, for example, in Town Hall, a speech deemed the most influential that session gains one status point. The best article or newspaper published that session also gains status points. But in Marketplace, if a Luddite raid takes place, a strike or a political meeting, and is successful, that gains status points. In Marketplace as well, status points can be lost if an aristocrat opens up his business or sells plots of land. This indicates things that would be against their social class. And what this shows is that status points can be lost for actions that may harm a person's reputation, social class, or the nation, as well as being gained. So players succeed in the game if they gain status points for climbing the social ladder as an individual by earning a higher income, moving into a higher class, but they also gain status points as part of a group by helping their social class and the nation through laws that are passed in town hall or collective organizations that take action in Marketplace. An instructor can create a leaderboard such as this one to show how players are doing in the game. This should encourage players to have a certain form of competition. And this leaderboard shows their overall status, their savings, their income, and their class level. All of this can change. It is important to keep in mind, however, that just because a player earns a lot of money and has a lot of savings does not mean that they necessarily have more status. Status is indicated by how well a player moves around in the social hierarchy, and this is possible for players with small amounts of income as much as for players with large amounts of income. This example of a leaderboard is on the Reacting to the Past Consortium website. Instructors also could use a collaborative whiteboard like the free program Miro to keep track of all the changes in Manchester. Students can consult this whiteboard anytime, and they have limited ability to edit it. A link to this one is in the instructor's manual. To keep track of their income and class status, players will fill out 2 worksheets each session. One set, the Make Money worksheets, is for professions. There are 10 different professions in the game, which includes merchants, craftsmen, weavers, spinsters. There's a banker, aristocrats, a publican. They also have to fill out lifestyle and status worksheets, of which there are only 3 because these are for the 3 social classes in the game. These worksheets are based on an advice book of the period, so they are relatively historically accurate, even though some liberties have been taken with them. Another video describes how students fill out these worksheets. The worksheets can be printed and filled in by hand, or there are also fillable PDFs available that students can use on their computer or phone with the Adobe Reader that is free. More information can be found about all of this in the instructor's manual as well. If you have any questions, feel free to email Louise Williams at this email address. Thank you for using Engines of Mischief.